During times of uncertainty, it's comforting to know we have a healthcare system in our community that's been committed to supporting us for well over a century. In this current time, we are standing together, and our bond is stronger than ever. KDMC, caring for our community like no one else can.
Questions for Jonathan Mingo. Who wants to go first? Go ahead, Nick.
Coach was telling us a little bit about some injury issues in the receiver room, just who have been out there and just kind of what have you guys been working on this spring?
Just working on getting better. Like some of the people that's been pretty much injured, just working like taking one step at a time, like not trying to rush anything back. Make sure we're healthy for the spring and for the fall.
Go to David.
Hey, Jonathan, what do you think you need to do to take your game to the next level? What's the focus going to be this spring? And, what can you do to become the premier receiver that you seem to have the attributes to be?
Just working on being more consistent, bringing more of a dog mentality out of me. Just working on being the leader in the group. Just trying to work on everything, like just working my fundamentals, just working my consistency, just getting my mentals and stuff right, and having the mindset of a dog.
You're out there watching practice. What have you seen from Matt Corral and the guys behind him?
Matt's taking tremendous steps. He's more of a leader. He's more vocal than everybody. He's trying to pick up the tempo. He wants to go fast. His accuracy improved. He's been getting his body right. I just can't wait to get back out there with him. And all the quarterbacks behind him, Luke, Kincaid, they've been right there behind him, pushing the competition.
How difficult is it going to be in the receivers room to replace the production and the talent of Elijah Moore?
You just got to be the next man up. We got to keep the standard up. Braylon, Drum, Dennis, Jaden, Quay, JP, they all got good talent. We're going to keep the standard. Everybody going to get the ball this year. And when the ball thrown us, we just got to make a play when our name is called.
Thanks, John.
Go back to Nick.
How valuable were those two games at the end of last year without Elijah and Kenny to kind of help you guys figure out better roles and learn how to play without those guys?
I say it pretty much valuable. We just got to know them like the next man up. We just got to we didn't play as good. We could have had them last two games, so everybody got to step up when the name is called.
Neil, go ahead.
Hey, Jonathan, I know you're a completely different type of receiver than Elijah, but what did you learn from playing with him, from work ethic, that type of thing, and how much of that can you take into your game as you get older?
Elijah's like a big brother to me. He just take all the advice he get from AJ and DK and other type of receivers. And he was like, every time I do something wrong or right, he'll tell me what I need to work on. He just give me little tips and pointers that we can work on in the future. And it was good having him in there to show us the way.
Parrish, go ahead.
Jonathan, you touched on this a little bit, but Elijah was targeted so much last year, almost 60 more catches than the next guy. Do you think one receiver has that type of, if there's that kind of gap in production, or do you think that production is really replaced by several people? What might that look like?
I think the production pretty much close. We got like a whole bunch of guys that can make plays this year. So whoever's open, man's gonna throw the ball to whoever's open. So when the ball come away, we just gotta make a play. That's why we're the playmakers.
Back to David.
Jonathan, how do you guys accept the legacies left behind? You referenced AJ and DK, and we've been talking about Elijah. Ole Miss has produced some very good wide receivers. Do you guys feel any pressure that it's y'all's turn now to for somebody to step up and fill that role?
Yeah, we know we got to step up, but it's like no pressure because, it's just football. We just got to go out there and have fun, play our game. You try to put pressure on yourself, it's going to make things worse. So you got to go out there and play your game and just relax and everything will come out smooth.
But do you have a sense that the expectations are who's going to be the next great Ole Miss wide receiver?
Like, what do you mean by a sense?
Well, I mean, do y'all feel that? I mean, Ole Miss has produced now for almost 10 years NFL caliber wide receivers. I mean, do you guys talk about that in the room, or do y'all feel that? Not necessarily pressure, but just the presence of it.
Yeah, we talk about it, but I feel like this year we got like a whole bunch of experience coming back with new offense. We got the offense under our belt, and like we learn like everything else on the offense. So I feel like we got guys that make playmakers. Right now, I feel like the group is probably the best it's been in a little minute.
Hey, Tavius, you've had a year now. Like last year, I think you talked about how it was just kind of culture shock, not only getting adjusted to American football, but getting adjusted to America and all of that stuff. You've had some time now. How have you come in terms of acclimating, and sort of where do you think your game is?
Definitely a lot better than it was last year. I mean, as the practices go on and, having a full off season and all that, I understand the game more, and the plays, I can read the plays a lot faster now. So day by day, things are getting better for sure. So
you talked last year about feeling like you kind of needed to get stronger and that kind of thing with going up against SEC linemen. You've had some time in the weight program. Do you feel like you've made some progress there?
Definitely, yeah. I'm up at around 260 pounds now. So when I got here, I was like 245. So I've gained about 10, 15 pounds of muscle. So just trying to keep getting stronger and keep my speed at the same time.
Go to Nick.
Does this defense feel different to you in the spring, or is it kind of the same as last year with so many returning bodies?
Sorry, do you mean like the feel or the actual?
No, the feel, not the scheme.
Okay. It feels, we have a lot more energy, I feel, we're out here competing and all that, and like the energy feels different this spring for sure. So yeah.
What are you guys kind of trying to address this spring? Are there specific things you're trying to fix from last year, or is it just about kind of install and improvement right now?
Mainly just coming to every day, having a lot of passion and energy, and just being physical with everything we do, shedding blocks, all that stuff, thudding. Just bringing physicality and energy to every day is the main thing we're looking for.
Parrish, go ahead.
Tavius, what's the competition like specifically along the defensive line? We know there are more people. Who are some guys that might be emerging and setting themselves up for new roles, more playing time? Who are some of those guys?
Everyone's working hard. We're learning lots of new stuff. We got two new guys, Jamon and Aiton. They've been hurt, but from what I've seen, they both look like really good players. So we're just looking to get better every day, and yeah.
Go to John.
I talked with Lane about this earlier, but there were a couple games last year where you guys had a one-score game in the fourth quarter, and it ultimately didn't end up going your guys' way. How have you guys kind of addressed that in the spring? What has the spring kind of been like on that front, and how much better do you think you guys will be on that side of the ball?
That all comes down to finishing plays. So, in practice, we have our 2-minute drills, and at the end of practice, so it's all like, you go the whole practice, and then what can you do at the end, So, and our fourth quarter program helped with that. So it's just really grinding in the 2-minute drill and making sure we can finish out games.
Go to David.
This is a team that unquestionably has an offensive identity, and the defense struggled a good bit last year. Do you guys come into this spring practice with a chip on your shoulders of any sorts to try to, I guess, get more positive attention on the defense by performing better?
100%. Yeah. We want to be the ones to win games, so like I said before, we're coming in with physicality and just trying to win games on defense. So